Hey, good morning, everyone. Morning. Happy Friday. I hope everyone is doing well. Today is the OPEX Friday, right? It's the quad witch event that happens every quarter, right? The third Friday of every quarter. We get a situation where options, equities, and indices expire, futures, equities, and indices expire. And it's going to be typically a choppier session, has more volatility and can really push traders to their brink, right? So yesterday we had a pretty strong day in the market, right? Overall rally, and today we're coming into this OPEX where a lot of these positions do expire. There's rollovers, there's repositioning, right? There's a lot of things that are being done behind the scenes by money managers and overall market makers. So typically these events, these days, they do have a lot more volatility and prices do bounce around a little more aggressively. Typically, you get a rally leading into this event and a drop in the morning and rally into the afternoon. So we'll see how that does shape up. In terms of news, we don't have too much today. Um, what we've got is let me just go over this. Give me 2 seconds here. What we do have today is overall just market upside, right? We've seen money managers and just big institutional money getting aggressively long. A lot of people who have missed a lot of this rally are getting long late, right? People who are forced to be long in this market, right? Big money has to be on the trend, is getting long late, and this typically is going to be a capitulative period. I'm not saying that these are the tops, but into the next week, historically, we do have a seasonal, fairly red week coming up after OPEX and these conditions. So we're coming into seasonality into July potentially where markets do tend to dip. I'm not saying that we drop aggressively. I think that all dips are going to get bought into the foreseeable future. So the whole world is very bullish. Everyone's feeling super euphoric. A lot of people are feeling FOMO because they're missing out on this rally where everyone was talking about a 2-year bear market, recession, XYZ. And we've got this massive turnaround where a lot of people are considering this a massive trap. Now, realistically, money has been flowing into the market. Longs are pretty happy with this. Tech sector rotation was getting firmed up, right? And now we're probably going to start rotating outside of tech. There are a few names that are showing signs of pulling back on the big tech sphere, but Apple and Microsoft both close at all-time highs. So it's very difficult to be bearish on this market when some of the largest names are at all-time highs. Another piece of information before we do get into the trading plan for the day is space travel, right? Space travel is back on the docket. Remember, there was a lot of SPACs going around, companies going around like Virgin Galactic, SPCE. That was a meme stock, right? A lot of those things were floating around, and we were seeing a lot of money flowing into them, right? The next bubble could potentially be space and AI as it stands. So, next leap forward for space tourism, right? At Virgin Galactic, ticker symbol SPCE, announced the beginning of commercial operations as soon as this month, June 27th. So the flight called Galactic 01 will include 3 crew members from the Italian Air Force and National Research Council of Italy, who will conduct microgravity research with scientific payloads. Um, it's also herald this. It's also herald the start of monthly flights of private astronauts that should begin in early August. So numerous delays, technical challenges, and market fraud have seen Virgin Galactic stock drop aggressively in value, notching an all-time high early in 2021 around $60. And the latest news popped the shares 44% all the way up to 584 a share. And after hours trading on Thursday, it erased a 7% loss during the regular trading session. Of note, right, short interest on SPCE still stands at about 24% of the total flow, which is really high. And the 52-week trading range stands between $2.98 and $8.56. So we'll see how that does shape up. Realistically, these these companies, should they progress, right, along with AI, you're going to see a lot of money flowing into them in the next few years that could create the next bubble, is how I anticipate this. The developments come nearly 2 years after Richard Branson, Virgin Galactic's founder, beat fellow billionaire Jeff Bezos in a suborbital space tourism race. So Blue Origin's New Shepard vehicle hasn't launched since September 2022, when it suffered a booster-related issue during an uncrewed flight. So Virgin Galactic is set to launch its flight out of Spaceport America in New Mexico, catering to the super rich with super deep pockets. So tickets are currently priced at $450,000 for a 90-minute flight that includes several minutes of weightlessness. And though the initial batch of 800 tickets went for around $200,000 each, we'll see how this goes, right? How these sales add up. There's most likely going to be selling out. Would you guys, if you were super rich, would you do that? 200K for a ticket, that's kind of crazy. But I guess if you're super rich, what does it matter? So in terms of the overall market, we have we have a pop into yesterday's highs here overnight. The last little rally here yesterday, just extreme bulls off the open, depth of market super bullish. We open into an auction to the upside, just long, 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 long. Today, you got to be super careful on the bear side, right? With this current market condition, there's a lot of single prints to the downside, which are going to act as support into those mid 70s, for example, 44 mid 70s, right? 44.60. As long as we sustain price above 44.58, 44.60, I think these bulls could maybe give it a notch into 4,500. These are levels that we haven't seen in a very long time. Just like maybe 1-2 weeks ago, we were trading 400 points lower. So crazy, crazy movement. The market doesn't necessarily flip to open the distribution to the downside unless we cross under 4444. So just keep that in mind. These bears, they might get liquidated again since it's Friday. We do have OPEX, so things can get a little jumpy. But I think into next week, they really, really have to kind of open this up. We've been on a vertical just grind to the upside. It's been a parabolic rally. A lot of bears have been absolutely dismantled. So again, we'll see. If markets do close under 44.44, I think that the downside next week is fairly priced in. So those are a few things that I'm going to watch. No bias today. Just letting this thing play out. The bulls are still in control, and let's see how this does open up. So what we're going to do right now is I'm not going to be trading live today, actually. I'm going to be opening up the trading room for our members and just going through an educational piece throughout the day, as it is OPEX, and I just want to kind of break down how this DOM movement and distribution theory works. So if you guys are interested, go check that out at TRADEPROacademy.com. Otherwise, a long weekend coming up. You can make it a super, super long weekend if you just run away today. If you don't want to trade OPEX, you make it a 4-day weekend. So some traders might be doing a 4-day weekend. Others got Monday off. So we'll see you all on Tuesday. All you need is 4,000 points on the ES. Yeah, if I was long from, 400 decades ago. So thanks, Nathan. Enjoy that video, and we'll be back on Tuesday. I hope everyone has an amazing long weekend, and let's chat soon. So let's open up that trading room, and I'll see you guys there.